Clemson Nation, we represent. All in.
We're just little old Clemson.
LSU fan came stuck his face in my booty.
Roll Black, what? Fuck you.
Roll Tide! Roll, baby!
Oh, bitch.
Are you stuck his face in my booty?
I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's a fucking shit show.
We haven't done this show in so fucking long.
It's been a while.
Fuckers are damn playing the damn opener like it's a damn rock song. Welcome to CSF Late Nights. I'm Rob Sanders. Never watched Sesame Street. So, yeah, of course you watch Sesame Street. We raised you in a house where we watch Sesame Street, right, son? My son makes his appearance on the show this evening. Comes down, gets some crackers, runs back upstairs. Anyway, on this show, I am like the song on Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. I, of course, am in the great state of South Carolina, where we got pissed off at the Union once and left, and by God, we can do it again if we decide that we're going to get pissed off again. I have folks that are joining me from the great state of Louisiana as we come to you this evening, late at night here on a Sunday night, 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Let's welcome in first the Gnome. The show started out with just me and the Gnome.
That's right.
Of course, we add our good buddy, Mr. Average Dave up top, who says OU and Texas will finish 5th and 6th in the SEC.
That's my name tonight.
That's
I'm
his
not
name
Average Dave. I am OU and Texas will finish 5th and 6th in the SEC.
I can't
That's
can't really go, and I'm not going to say that all night. I'm just going to call you Dave. So get the fuck over that. I'm just saying. And our buddy Andre, of course, rolled Tide off a fucking cliff. Welcome into the show, Andre.
Fuck Bama.
So, Andre,
Is that what?
Andre, are
is
you
that
going
all
to be
you're
our
doing
first
for the
caller tonight?
show?
Do what?
Are you going to be our first caller tonight? Like, how are you going to call into the show if you're on the show?
I know, right?
Bluetooth.
Oh my God. Speaking of which, they're on the bottom. You can call the show now. It says it's like streaming there, just like Sesame Street, 803-470-2905.
If we add a few more people, we could do like a Brady Bunch thing.
Yeah.
God.
Who's gonna be in the middle though?
Do we have an
Isn't
Alice?
that Alice?
Yeah, that would be Alice. I guess that would be Angie. Angie would be Alice.
Angie would be Alice. All right. Well, if you want to talk about the SEC expansion, I mean, we can tell you what we've heard. I can tell you what I've heard from my folks. For those who've never watched the show, I work for Fox Sports Radio in Columbia, South Carolina. I just got back from ACC Kickoff, where I got to interview tons of cool people. Everyone from who else? I mean, God, I interviewed Coach Mark Richt, and I tell you what, that was my funnest interview because the way Georgia treated him, the Georgia fans should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, that's just the guy won games. Yes, he didn't win it all, but you know what? Nobody at Georgia's won it all since 1980. This guy is literally, he's dealing with Parkinson's now. And he sat down and talked with us about his battle with Parkinson's and the stuff that he's dealing with. And, of course, the suck-ass Georgia fan base, which I don't give a shit. If you want to call and tell me that you're not a suck-ass fan base, I'll be happy to take those calls at 803-470-2905. You can also send your hate tweets to me at Rob Sounds Good on Twitter. Half of you can't spell anyway, and I know they don't have any fucking fluoride in Georgia. You guys also fucked up the election, so we can we hold that against you as well. But we won't talk politics on the show. But if you want to come at me, Georgia fans, come on down. Especially the way you treated Mark Richt. It's sad. You should be ashamed.
Did Mark Richt agree that the Georgia fan base sucks ass?
No, because Mark Richt is above all that. He talked about
class act.
He's a class act. He talked about the things he missed about being on the sidelines and competing and molding young men. And he talked about the fact that he's dealing with Parkinson's. And he talked about accepting Jesus, all kinds of great stuff. I'm going to put that interview up, and I'll post that in our group here. But yeah, I got to talk with Mark Richt, and he was outstanding. So anyway,
He was always one of the more likable coaches in the SEC.
yeah. I mean, and Georgia fans said, well, he didn't win the big one, but
Nobody.
that's what I'm saying. They line up to blow Kirby Smart, though. They line up to do that shit by the fucking handful, and Kirby Smart hasn't done half of what fucking
Same damn results. Same results.
exactly.
And they're probably paying them more money too than Mark Richt.
Yeah. Well, there's that. Anyway, feel free to call out with that 803-470-2905. Can we talk about what we were talking about before we came into the show? There's somebody built a Facebook group and got like 1,100 people in a day and a half, and they're talking about it like they got an 8-foot dick. Congratulations. Who gives a shit? The Zook can take your group from you in a matter of seconds, sir.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck did you think? Hey, let's just. By the way, they didn't send me an invite for that group. You know why? Because I don't run around sucking SEC dick all day. There's that too.
You should. You really
You
should.
can soon, man. You might join the SEC.
They've approached Clemson, but I've never been anybody that rides the conference dick. By the way, Kurt asked, what year will OU and Texas actually join? That's a very good question, Kurt. From several folks that I've talked to, next season.
Yeah, this coming
season.
Next season, yes, sir.
This coming season.
Mhm.
Like, they're trying to get it done. And people keep talking about the buyouts for the Big 12 TV rights. It's going to be about $76 million, but
Yep.
it's basically a breath in a day. Because once they cross over to the SEC, they're going to have SEC media rights. So, I mean, the money's just going to come right back into the programs. It's really not this enormous deal that people are trying to make it out to be.
Doesn't the contract end in 2022?
No,
2025
or 27.
Oh, yeah.
2025, yeah.
But it said they weren't on the media call with the Big 12. They said, nope, we're good. Thanks.
Well, no, the Big 12 didn't invite them.
Wow.
Is what exactly happened there. By the way, the Big 12 did come and say, you know what? It was like the best way I could describe it is like, let's say you had a girlfriend for a while and she was hotter than hell, okay? And she slipped a little bit. And you decided, all right, we're going to split up with her. Well, you split up with her, and then she comes back like 3 days later and she looks hot again. And she offers to do that thing for you she used to do when you first started dating, times 12. That's what the Big 12 basically offered them. They were going to give them a 1.5 share of conference money for everybody else, more than everybody else. So look at it from this perspective. If you're Texas Tech, Baylor, nah, fuck you. You don't get any more money. We're going to give Texas and Oklahoma a 1.5 share of the TV rights just to try to keep them in the conference.
You know what's sad? What's sad is that they already let Texas be better and above than everybody else. Mm-hmm. And Texas is still going to leave those assholes. What does that say about the Big 12?
How do you think A&M feels? That's the reason why A&M left, because
that's exactly why A&M left.
Well, that pretty much shows what the conference thinks of Texas A&M in the conference. Because if they valued their opinion, they would be like, because Texas A&M has dealt with this before. Texas A&M has dealt with Texas saying, we've got to have more than everybody else, and we need this and we need that. And, you just look at media days for the Big 12 where it was like, hey, guess what? We if people do the horns down, we want them penalized. And then all of a sudden the officials are coming out. Hey, you put that on the field, you're going to be penalized. Trust me. Texas wants everything around them. And you know what? I hate to, I'm not an SEC homer, but the people that smoke, that have the smoking jackets in Birmingham with Nick Saban lower back tattoos, when they get together for the conference meetings, they're going to laugh at Texas. When Texas says, I want this or I want that, they're going to laugh really hard at them. And
Oklahoma's going to have more of a say-so than Texas. Come on, man.
No.
Oklahoma will have a bigger
Yeah.
say than Texas.
Yeah, because he's actually done something.
I think that all of those teams will have. I mean, they may let them talk, but it's going to be like Thanksgiving dinner. Your daddies that sit up here, your Alabama, your Auburn, your LSU, and your Georgia, they're going to get the big pieces of the chicken, and your ass is going to sit down there, and you may get a piece of pecan pie at the end of it. But in reality, they don't give a fuck about you. They just want you there for the money aspect of it. Don't come in here thinking you're running shit because you're not.
Yeah, absolutely right. Because I mean, as far as I know, the SEC didn't go ask them, "Hey, y'all want to come join us because we need y'all?"
Yeah, they did.
No.
No, it was
What?
Texas Oklahoma went to them.
Yeah.
They went to the SEC.
Apparently they went there first, but there are reports that the SEC wants to do a 20-team super conference, and the SEC went to Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State, and Florida State and asked them to join the conference. Now, I don't know how that's all going to work out, but the SEC has, I'm sure that a lot of this comes down to the TV money. And I think that obviously ESPN is in the mix behind the scenes. And I think what's going to happen is if they want to have a 20-team conference, that'll be the 20 teams that they get. And if they do that, you know, just from a football perspective, that'll be, I think, the strongest conference ever. I mean, with those four teams,
Well, see, once you
with
do
those
that,
6 added teams is insane.
if you get those 20 teams,
Yeah.
okay, those are the
What do you have
contenders every year.
Yeah.
Right.
They
Who's
were
on the
playoff.
outside
You
looking
can
in? The only
exclude every other conference
exactly.
from the fucking playoffs.
So you have to win your
That's crazy.
conference if you want to be. If you win your conference, you're the national champion.
Well, that's
No,
that's
I'm
kind of the
just
way
saying
it looks.
They can
because-
monopolize basically by inviting all these big, powerful fan bases and schools like Michigan and OU and Ohio State and Clemson. They could basically monopolize the playoffs.
Right.
Well, who do you have? Let's be honest. Now let's take off our goggles here for a moment. If those 20 teams are in a conference, okay, think of it from this perspective. What teams outside of that conference have a realistic chance of winning a national title? I mean, I can give you a couple, and that's me
Notre Dame.
being. I got Notre Dame would be one. You could probably talk about Miami because they're in Florida. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oregon.
You know, that's the and
Oregon,
Oregon
USC. Yeah.
3. Southern
USC.
Cal would be 4. After that, get the fuck out of here with everyone else.
So we're not going to talk about Boise State.
Penn State. Could you argue Penn State?
I mean,
Possibly.
Yeah.
Wisconsin puts together.
They're on the same level as that. I mean, I could probably argue Wisconsin to an extent.
Michigan
But-
State, depending on the year.
Michigan State does have a CFP appearance, but you know, I'm just saying you have at most 7 teams, 8 teams that you could realistically have a conversation that they could compete for a national title. So if that 20-team conference thing happens, so
We're gonna forget
What do
about
you-
Washington. They made an appearance.
Boise.
if you do this, you have to go to an 18 playoff. Like
Oh,
Otherwise-
God.
This would break the NCAA. It would break it.
oh yeah, no, it would break. Yeah,
That would
it'd
be
break.
dog water anyway. I just think that if they get these 20 teams, though, I mean, it's college football will completely change. It really
Oh, yeah.
would.
Absolutely.
But
I'm personally in the camp of I don't the whole thing with Notre Dame. Notre Dame can suck a donkey dick forever. You wanted to be independent, you be independent now, Notre Dame. You ride that independent dick. Your best
doesn't-
game every year is going to be Cincinnati. Have fun with that.
but
Doesn't-
forget about
doesn't Notre
the
Dame
20
have
teams.
its own TV deal?
What's that?
Doesn't Notre Dame have its own TV deal?
Yeah,
With
with
NBC.
NBC. Huh?
You think NBC is gonna want to continue to have that? They don't get to play Clemson every year. They don't get to play Florida State. Yeah, who are you bringing to us? The Naval Academy, Army, Cincinnati, and Purdue and Southern Cal. Woo-wee! You might get $1 for that contract. Hey, Bubba.
The thing is, let's just talk about the 16. That's adding Oklahoma and Texas to the SEC. I think it's garbage. I think it's fucking garbage. I don't like this whole fact that we're the Southeastern Conference and we're starting to pull teams out the West. That's about as ridiculous as West Virginia playing in the Big 12. Like, if we want to expand, then go ahead and expand and grab a Florida State, grab a Clemson, grab somebody from the actual Southeast.
But do you know why they're doing it, though? Money. They bring in money. That's one of the most powerful brands in the entire country. Think about it. Before, I guess like the BCF, before the CFP era, Texas was a big damn deal. And even when they suck, they make a lot of damn money. A lot of damn money. Watch this. I'm gonna pull something up for you. Let's see.
It doesn't change the fact that they're not.
Watch this. Look, I pulled up an article today. It's from the 24th of July. Do you know the top 5 programs money-wise? You just give it a shot.
Texas is one of them.
Texas is number one. Number one.
Texas
and you
probably in the top 5 too, right?
You got Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan, and Notre Dame. So think about this. Why is it stupid to bring in a team that's got? I mean, look, we might think they're a ridiculously stupid fan base. They think they're God's gift of football, but they're gonna bring money in. They're gonna bring eyeballs in.
Then don't call yourself the Southeastern Conference anymore.
Oh, I agree 100% with that. I mean, you start pulling in like Ohio State, Michigan. I agree 100% with that. But it's not dumb to bring in, the most valuable money-wise team in the nation. Why not? And then Oklahoma, you bring in another contender. So, yeah. I mean, I don't like it because it's going to break the NCAA because everybody's going to sit there and start pulling from somebody. I mean, think about this. They're talking about the Pac-12 maybe pulling out Baylor. That's not the Pac-12. It's going to break the NCAA.
I'm going to answer Kurt's question. Kurt, thanks for watching the show, buddy. In my opinion, do you think it will stop there with Oklahoma as in Texas as in by next year? I think we'll know a lot by the middle of the week. I think a lot of stuff will come out tomorrow that's going to make the show really, really dated, to be honest with you. But in my opinion, I think that if the SEC has the capability where they can walk into a room and they can tell, and they can get the Clemson football program and get Florida State and get who are the other
Miami?
two?
Throw Miami in there. They're in that South.
The other
Michigan and
Ohio State and Michigan. If the SEC, Greg Sankey can walk in and get those 4 plus Texas and Oklahoma, they'll be stupid not to do it. Just from a financial standpoint, because they can walk to ESPN and point blank say, this is what we've got, and you're going to pay. And ESPN's going to be like, fine, we'll pay it. And if ESPN doesn't pay it, Fox will pay it. They will get whatever the fuck that they want. So if they can go into the rooms and get that, I think that they'll do it. I really do. So, but the stuff with Texas and Oklahoma is going to happen, and they're going to join the conference in 2022.
I don't like what you presented earlier. I don't know where you found that shit, Rob, about the Power 4, because there'd be no more Power 5. It'd be the Power 4, and these 4 divisions in each conference. I don't like that shit. That's crap.
I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
You posted it on Facebook.
Oh, that was just somebody's that I thought was interesting. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that would be interesting.
I'd like to see 18 divisions, not 14 divisions.
Just for fun, and I know we're talking football here a lot, but the SEC has the capability in baseball. You're adding Texas and Oklahoma in baseball. Holy fucking shit on that. I mean, Omaha is going to be
baseball program.
You could have 6 teams from the SEC in Omaha in the next 3 years, in my opinion.
How about basketball? Isn't Texas pretty good basketball?
Not really.
Every now and then.
Not
But,
really. Almost
mean,
average. As
They're
far
better
as
than
the
LSU.
baseball conference, though, I mean, you're making that's the most powerful baseball conference. Period.
The same could be said for softball, which, I mean,
Yeah.
SEC is already up there. You add in Oklahoma.
We're getting into all that, yeah. But I mean, it's so weird that I'm such a baseball head. The first thing that came to my brain was, motherfucker, if you're in the SEC, you could theoretically have a set where in a weekend series, you could go from going to LSU to playing Texas to playing Oklahoma to playing Vanderbilt to playing Texas A&M in a 5-game set. You could have 15 games. Fuck. What a fucking tough conference. And I don't like to ride conference coattails, but you have a lot of teams with a lot of talent in baseball there for the SEC. So Kurt says, will it still be a 4-team CFP in 2022? Yes. They're not going to change that unless they renegotiate the contract up through 2024. So, yeah, that's going to stay the same. It's just the way that is, man. Now, they could redo it. I mean, if I'd have told you 6 months ago Texas and Oklahoma were going to be in the SEC, you would have laughed at me. But
Yeah.
there you go with all that. So, but I think like a baseball conference, that would just be insane. So that's just
If I'm
me.
Texas A&M, I go to the commissioner and say, "Fuck Texas. Don't let them in here."
Well, they all
Fuck
got
those
to vote,
assholes."
though. Every school's got to vote.
Originally, the way it worked was that before you could add a team, you had, if they were in the same state as a current SEC team member school,
Yeah.
that school had veto power. They ain't going to give A&M veto power over Texas. It's just not going to happen.
They will it comes down to the money too, and the money portion of it. Texas A&M will have a big they'll be talked into it. Just my opinion. So
Won't Missouri
I saw
also
an
vote
article
no?
on ESPN. I didn't read it, but I thought I saw an article on ESPN today where it basically stated that A&M has a contingency plan for it anyway. Because I mean, let's be real, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Well,
Contingency plan. What contingency plan? What does A&M need a contingency plan for?
Because originally they would have, under the original handshake agreement of being an SEC member, like I said, they would have had veto power, but they're not going to give them veto power in this instance. They're going to allow Texas in.
it's a money grab, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the
Hell
way
yeah.
that it is. But let's look at it from this perspective. If Oklahoma and Texas enter, the Big 12 is officially done. I mean, it's cue the Undertaker music. So if I'm a
You don't have it. You don't.
12,
You don't have that queued up.
I don't
The
have it queued
Undertaker
up.
music.
The Big
gotta
12
work
will go and invite
At least a
the
dong.
Raging Cajuns. They'll go and invite Coastal Carolina.
Houston.
They'll go and invite Boise.
Well,
No, it's it's going to be like remember the Big East. Big East
Yeah.
had Miami, Virginia Tech, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's what's going to happen to the Big 12. That's what's going to happen to the Big 12. I think the teams that I would go after if I were another conference, Oklahoma State, because they got T. Boone's Pickens money. If we're just talking about money, I mean that's one of the teams that I would go after would be Oklahoma State. If we're just looking at it from a football perspective, Oklahoma State would be one. I don't know about Baylor. I think Baylor's a shithole in my opinion, but
Kansas for
TCU 's
basketball.
also- yeah, but Kansas. Oh Jesus, we're talking about football here, Andre.
I know,
mean-
but there's,
wait.
I ain't going other sports too.
You just brought up baseball, so I mean, what's the difference?
No, but they trust me. The SEC is doing this on the football front.
Oh, of course.
The SEC, if Oklahoma and Texas suck dick in baseball, the SEC is still going to be fine in baseball. I'm just saying it makes them better with them there. So there's that. But I think that the ACC, in my opinion, will get. I think Notre Dame is going to finally be forced to join a conference. I think it's going to be the ACC, and I think that West Virginia will be in the ACC as well because that makes geographical sense.
Agreed.
So that'll be the two teams that go to the ACC. What those other two teams are going to do, it's going to be interesting. Who all is left in the Big 12? I got to look that up. So
You got TCU,
Kansas
TCU,
State,
Baylor, Texas,
Iowa State.
Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Colorado, right? Or are they big?
No,
Big Ten.
Colorado's in the Pac-12 now. You got Iowa State.
Yeah, Iowa State.
Iowa State.
yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see where some of those teams end up. But from just a football perspective, the ACC gets Notre Dame, which is one of the richest teams in the country, according to what Andre put there. So that helps the ACC a little bit. And adding West Virginia has had years where they're pretty good, but the reality is that it still comes back to the ACC needs to have a team other than Clemson that can show up and say, you know what, we can compete at a national level. Because right now they really don't have one. It's just the way that it is. So,
and if the SEC is adding OU and Texas, then OU more so than Texas at this point is another team that you could say they'll compete.
Yeah.
So, do we get the flex on muscles if we add Texas and OU? You know how much Rob hates when we circle jerk the SEC.
no, I don't. I'm not in the camp of. I mean, and you guys can, if you guys want to sit around and circle jerk the SEC, then that's fine. I've never been a person that does that on any conference. I think that's just stupid. I think that people that do that, they're just in this land of, my team sucks. And since my team sucks, I'm going to talk about the other teams that are in my conference because we play them to validate the fact that we're a 7 or an 8 win football team. I mean, that's just the way I look at the whole conference thing. And I get frustrated with people because they'll say things like, if Clemson comes to the SEC and they have to play 8 SEC games, then Clemson would go 4-4. You are dumber than fuck if you think that.
Well,
you are absolutely dumber than fuck. Please tell me. Look, I said this on the Robin Cale show earlier. There are 3 teams in the SEC that I think could theoretically line up every year and go toe-to-toe with Clemson. It's LSU when they're not doing their one-hit wonder thing. They can have some good stuff there because they generally have good defense and they always have great running backs. The other 2 are Alabama and Georgia. No one else in that conference can step to Clemson. Right now, Clemson would beat every fucking team in that conference by 2 touchdowns. Line them up out there today.
If Clemson joined the SEC today, they're a top 3 program every year.
Yep. It's just reality.
I'm glad you said that because if the SEC were to add 2 teams, only 2 teams, I'd much prefer it be Florida State and Clemson over Oklahoma and Texas. Fuck the money. Fuck Texas. And then we're still the Southeastern Conference.
Right.
With Missouri, which is not in the Southeast, though.
Yeah,
Missouri is just above Arkansas. I mean,
I don't think they're in the Southeast, though.
That's not the Southeast, man.
They're closer to Canada than they are to Alabama. Throw that out there.
Missouri is Southeast. But anyway.
Well, if that's the case, you're going to go by the Civil War thing. Virginia did, too. Don't make them Southeast.
Holy
Virginia
shit.
is the South. No, yeah, I mean, that's pushing it. Virginia is pushing it.
No, dude, I was up there in West Virginia, dude. Whenever you're in the summertime and you're hitting like 55 degrees in the middle of June, no, sir, that's not Southeast.
That's what I said. Virginia is pushing it.
God. Anyway, but no, 803-470-2905. You'd like to call and join the show this evening. Kurt says only South Carolina fans do that. No, man. Georgia fans are priceless with that. They think, oh, Clemson plays 8 SEC games. They're going to go 4-4, 5-3. Get the fuck out of here. Clemson would kill the SEC East. Absolutely kill the SEC East.
They would. They would win it every year.
Unless Alabama was in the SEC East.
Make that argument. You can make that argument. Look,
I can't.
Three tough games. 3 tough games for Clemson. LSU, especially if they got to go on the road, Alabama, and Georgia.
Look, we act like Clemson has been like this powerhouse for more than a decade, and they haven't. So who's to say what they're going to do in 5 years?
Double-digit games for 12 years in a row, but that's okay. Clemson's 10-2 in the last 12 matchups with the SEC. They more than belong, sir. They absolutely more than belong. I know numbers hurt feelings.
They belong in the talk, sure. In the last 12 years.
They're one of the
12
5
season,
programs in the
Alabama
country.
wasn't shit.
What? Oh yeah, before in the last before that,
Alabama wasn't shit. There was a decade of irrelevance in Tuscaloosa.
No, there's this big blinder on everyone, especially people like the one-hit wonders of the world, Rob, that sit there and talk about what's happening last year or the last 10 years. Like Clemson wasn't shit, Alabama wasn't shit. Like, yeah, I said
but
that.
they're there now, and Clemson is a top 3 recruiting class every year right now.
Well, no, we're friends, no. I'm not gonna make you look stupid on the show, no.
Well, so here's the thing, and that's why I'd rather Florida State over Oklahoma. Oklahoma ain't shit. Florida State's gonna come back. I mean, of course, Clemson is here. Oklahoma is garbage. The only reason they make it to the CFP is because they're in the Big 12. Otherwise, they wouldn't even freaking make it in any conference.
I think that
Pac-12 they could.
What, in the Pac-12?
Yeah, they can make it Pac-12.
I think that Oklahoma's a better get than Texas.
Yeah, I agree.
Think about if I had
the brand that was big.
One of the two, I would take Oklahoma because fuck Texas forever.
Who's going to be back on top, or I say back in the top 10? Florida State or Texas? Like, who's going to have the better program in the next few years?
I mean, they've been define back.
Like competing for like conference championships.
Sarkisian
Kind of competing
things in Texas. I mean, Tom Herman wasn't shit. Chuck Strong wasn't shit, but Sarkisian could coach. Yeah. So I don't think that Texas is going to be too far away.
Well, and they're
going to have one of the most dynamic offenses in football. I can tell you that.
You can make that argument, but I can also tell you that 7 years ago, Florida State won the national title.
Exactly.
I mean, we can, if we really want to do all that. So, I don't know. I don't know who Raven's talking to. I
think Raven is talking to her boyfriend.
I can't type with this shit. I'm a chicken pecker.
Oh, that's some funny shit right there. When your girlfriend comes and pops you online, man, it's like, damn it.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Exactly.
He's a fucking truck driver, not a secretary.
That's right.
Oh my
God. Can't type with the shit.
Can't type with the shit. That's funny. All right. Well, 803-470-2905. You want to call and join the show? I personally think that I'm in the camp that if I'm in the SEC and I could go and get who I want, I would go Oklahoma and Clemson over Oklahoma and Texas. But that's just me.
That's a good point, and you're not having to split because you can just add Clemson to the east, you can just add Oklahoma to the west. You don't have to start breaking shit up because if you add Texas, Oklahoma, now you push in Alabama and Auburn into the west,
and that's a problem. That's a problem. I'm cool with that.
It's not a problem for me. I like LSU vibes better in that scenario.
Just face them in the SEC championship game.
I don't want to. I want to play Alabama every fucking year. Fuck those guys. Roll Tide off a cliff.
I
We can
agree,
still
but
play them every year.
still.
I'm in the camp of I want to play the toughest schedule in the world every year.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're not a bitch.
Sure, do that.
I don't give a fuck if it's Alabama or who the fuck ever. I want to play the toughest schedule in the world. That's what I want. Because if you win all those games, then it's fuck everybody but us.
So, I think another question is: this happens. Let's just talk about Texas, Oklahoma. They make the move. It breaks up the Big 12. That Big 12 starts getting divvied up between the other conferences. How does this affect the G5s? I think it really. What's that?
I mean, the G5s have almost become irrelevant.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
they're
they're,
gonna have to, like hypothetically speaking, we take Texas and Oklahoma. I think that leaves 8 teams in the Big 12. So, like I said, they're probably going to go knocking on doors like the Raging Cajuns, the Chanticleer,
Boise State's
Boise
first.
State.
Hey, you got Houston.
I would believe. Yeah. Well,
Fuck.
shit. I mean, fuck. The Conference USA might become a Power 5. Fuck.
No, I
doubt it.
I
But
don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Kurt's right. Gamecock fans will lose their mind if Clemson gets an SEC title before they do. Holy shit.
Oh my God, that fucking group, that damn Dirty South group. Oh my God, I would love to see those the comments from those assholes.
They would melt.
I've been getting comments from some of them text me and they'll say things like Clemson's trying to kiss the SEC ring. Nah, dude. The reports are the SEC went to them. That's thing number one. Thing number two, it doesn't matter if Clemson's in the SEC or not. Doesn't matter. And that's the thing you got to get over. Small-minded to think like that.
I would.
When we don't become small-minded is if it goes to a 20-team super conference. Then it's like, what the fuck? Because if you're in another conference, at that point, you can't schedule enough of those teams. You just can't. So your schedule is going to be piss every year. If it's the 20 teams that are proposed, I mean, you can't schedule anybody else.
No.
So, and the conference would probably set it up where you play 10 conference games. You only have 2 games to play. Nobody's going to want to schedule anything else. So,
no, everybody's going to start scheduling Akron State, Miami, Ohio,
yeah, Louisiana,
the Citadel,
Whoa.
Warford.
Coastal Carolina.
Thank you.
I'm not a Coastal fan. I don't give a shit.
So, I mean, you would have to play 9.
Call Fuckstick and ask him who the coach of the year was last year. Who was that? I can't remember.
Nick Saban.
It was Nick Saban. Oh no, it wasn't.
I mean, you would have to play your 9 division teams, assuming it's 10 and 10. You'd have to play your 9 teams.
Right.
Then what? You play 1, 2 out of the other division.
If you have that 20 teams there, I think you should do. I think they should do 10 conference games a year, and then let the AD schedule the other 2. I think that in reality, it'll kill a couple of rivalries. Like Florida State won't be playing Miami anymore, but I think that you should schedule a smaller school to come in, like an in-state school, like for Clemson and South Carolina. They should be on a rotating basis scheduling Wofford, Furman, South Carolina State, stuff like that to help those programs out. And then they can have one other game that they can use to do whatever. I don't know. But, if you have a 10-game schedule and here's the thing, though. You got to look at it from this perspective, too. You're going to have years where your 10-game schedule, you may not have Alabama. You may not have LSU. You may not have Georgia. So
You'd have them every 10 years.
out of the mix. You could have 10 games and not play any of the quote unquote best teams in the conference. So that can happen too. And then you'll have some loudmouth bitches down at Auburn or Old Pitt that'll be talking about they're the best team in the SEC. They hadn't really played it.
That happens in the East all the time.
Exactly. The gnome with the comment for the win. I can deal with people coming to me and saying, you know what, the SEC is a tough schedule. If you play in the SEC West and you're not Alabama, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Because if you're, let's look at Arkansas. Arkansas is the best example of this.
Yeah.
Because they've got to play LSU, they've got to play Auburn, they got to play Alabama, and they got to play Texas A&M. So they got 4 games a year that are against teams that are right there in the mix for the top 25. If you're over there, I get that. But if you're in the East, shut your dick sucker. I am so sick of hearing.
Unless you're Vandy in the East.
Oh God. Get the fuck out of here. No, look. If you're in the East and your schedule is Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and Tennessee, get out of here, man.
Don't leave out Missouri, man. They won the East
2 times.
They won the East twice. Look, I have nothing but respect for Mizzou, man. But are we going to sit here and say Mizzou is a football power? Are they on the same level as Alabama and LSU? Is you going to put them there, Andre?
How many East titles has South Carolina won?
1.
Missouri's won 2, and they've been in the conference a lot less time.
Yeah, don't tell Gamecock fans that. They get mad as
They will untrain you.
Look, I love Mizzou. I think Mizzou's cool, man. If you go to a game there, the experience there is awesome with the rocks and all that shit that they have up there. It's a hell of a place for a game, okay? The reality is that they're not a football power. Kentucky's not a football power. Tennessee won a conference game 3 years ago, okay? They're a shithole. South Carolina is a shithole. Vanderbilt.
Mishi says she wants LSU every year, but what you have to understand is the more we go west, Alabama is pushing into that East Division. Like Alabama can't stay in the West Division for long if we keep moving west. Because we got Mississippi in the middle.
Realign it, and I don't have an issue with that. I don't have to realign it, but
Would you go north and south?
Well, by God, if you want to have some Civil War talk.
But just think how mad Georgia fans would be if Alabama was in the East. They would freaking melt. They can't beat them anyways. Now they're never going to make the SEC championship again. They're crap.
So under that logic, though, if you move those teams to the East, then the West gets Oklahoma and Texas. And Edwin says Pods would guarantee they all play more often.
Uh-huh.
Who's that behind you?
That's my daughter's boyfriend, Brian.
Hey, boyfriend Brian.
You didn't
if you
check him?
fuck her over, we're all gonna fucking kill you. All of us here. None of us, we don't care. Be nice to her or we'll boil you in a fucking pot. Yeah, I hope he heard that.
Yeah, he did.
Good. We'll boil you in a pot. No one will miss you.
With crap oil.
And we got a place to dump the body.
Sorry.
And sausage.
She'll be mad at you later on. You get to deal with that.
Oh, yeah, my daughter will, yeah. Anyway.
That's fine. Kurt says South Carolina. Yeah, this is hilarious. South Carolina, they have this big banner that's in front of the stadium, right? And at one point, it was a big thing of Steve Spurrier. Then it was just a Gamecock, like a Gamecock player, like in their black jersey, all right? But then they wanted the theme for Shane Beamer is Welcome Home. So they have like Welcome Home with a palmetto tree. They made it the wrong fucking color. It's not garnet. It's like Mississippi State red. So you got Williams-Brice Stadium on top of it, and it's all like the normal colors, and then they made it the wrong color. So now they got to take that down and put up a new fucking banner. They can't even get their fucking stadium right. They put this big, huge, like statue of a Gamecock out front, right? But they didn't put spurs on it. So it's just a chicken. If it doesn't have spurs on it, think about it. If you're a Gamecock, you've got spurs on your fucking
Right. You're
right?
kind of badass. You're a Gamecock. If
That's-
not, you're just a chicken.
If not, then you're just a fucking chicken.
You're a fucking rooster.
You're-
They're-
goddamn. It's hilariously funny. Let's put a statue of a chicken outside, and then they got a Bojangles, which is a chicken place.
or sponsored by KFC or Popeyes.
Like,
It has
it's like-
spurs on it now, genius.
I haven't seen it. They haven't fixed that, and according to the folks there, they weren't putting them on there. So good luck with that, there, Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
They're hiding behind their Facebook.
but no, that's hilarious though. Let's put the wrong color up there, and let's have just a chicken out front. What a shithole program. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Anyway, 803-470-2905. If they move South Carolina to the east, or excuse me, they move Auburn and I guess Alabama to the east, that would be interesting.
I think you kind of level the playing field some.
Well, but
by
here's the thing, though. Who are the teams that are going to pick up Oklahoma and Texas as their cross conference rival? That's you got to think about that
other?
too.
Well,
Gotta be.
so but if you move Alabama and Auburn, now they're going to have new cross conference rivals
Right.
because
So Alabama had Tennessee forever, and
Right.
they'll get Tennessee now because they're still in the East. But does
You do that. You put Texas, Alabama, Auburn, Oklahoma, or vice versa. Nobody else has to change.
that's true?
We keep Florida.
Tennessee needs a new one. Tennessee needs a new cross conference because they had Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Auburn needs a new one because Georgia needs a new one because they had Auburn. So yeah, they got to think about that. That's gonna be interesting.
Just put some names in the hat. I don't know.
But because the SEC hates LSU, they would give us Georgia.
No, they probably give it to
No, they give
Alabama.
Alabama. They give Alabama. Get rid of them. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to give you Alabama. That means Alabama has to play you every year. They'll probably give you.
We'll take Vandy.
Vandy.
Before last season, I would have said give us Mizzou.
I
Yeah.
was trying to bring that up for you, but yeah.
Hey,
Hey man, we don't have Bo Pelini no more. We're good. We're good.
I like
Anyway.
Florida. I like playing Florida every year. I like that rivalry. I like
I don't
that.
know if that one will survive or not, though. We'll see. That's a cool rivalry, though. I'll give you that.
I do like the aspect. So, I mean, yeah, I'm an LSU fan, but I really just love college football. So I was actually disappointed when A&M came over, and that was basically the end of the Texas A&M rivalry game every year.
Yeah.
So I am
Those
looking forward to
teams
that
hate
coming
each other,
back.
man.
You're looking forward to seeing that again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Thanksgiving Day game right there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, that makes rivalry week a lot more better because normally Texas and was it Texas and Texas A&M and Arkansas play.
But what about
Evan with a good point there. Go another good reason to go to Pod. No permanent cross rival games.
I
Well,
like
there's
that. What would y'all think? What's the bigger rivalry? Texas Oklahoma or Texas A&M though? I mean, it's kind of hard to choose between those two for rivalry weekend.
I mean, I don't. I'm in the camp of fuck them all. But I don't want to see that. I don't watch that shit. Fuck that damn Big 12 fucking no defense shit.
Well, when A&M came in, they requested that because LSU and Arkansas were in rivalry week.
Mhm.
When A&M came in, they requested that they play LSU as their rival. So I don't know if they want to keep that.
Well,
Didn't work out
let's
very
see how
well.
that worked out.
No.
Kurt says, "What will the spread be on LSU versus UCLA?" I think it's 4 points now, right? Don't quote me on that. I thought
We're
I
not
thought
the
I read
dogs,
4
I know
points. No, I think you're a 4-point favorite. Is that fair? Does
Probably.
that sound about right? Yeah, I think that's close.
I guess Edwin, when we're talking about pods, you're talking about 4 teams per division.
14 per division.
So that means you play your division, those 3 teams, every year,
Every season.
and then you got 3 other pods, 3 other divisions. You rotate like the NFL does.
Yeah,
you know,
I can see how that works.
that's a good option. You're gonna play teams quicker than if you just play a 10-team division.
Yeah, 803-470-2905. Normally we have calls, but I think even Sunday night we may have thrown some people off because normally, what day do we do this show on? Wednesday.
We normally have that truck driver that calls every fucking week.
That fucking truck driver, he can suck an asshole every time he calls.
Fuck him, dude.
Fuck that guy.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, he calls up and I heard he likes to talk with Fuckstick. He hits the knee pads for Fuckstick. That's what I heard. I don't know.
You heard wrong.
Andre,
You heard wrong.
Andre called me.
No. The gnome is Fuckstick's bitch.
Andre called me. And was
He don't
like,
have to
"Dude,
kneel down either. He can just stand there.
we got to do a show tonight." And I'm thinking to myself, why are you calling me? Rob's the one that controls all this fucking shit. Why don't you call Rob?
I don't control everything. It's not. Look, I'm not trying to be and
Why didn't you want to call Rob if you were busy?
No,
Oh,
look,
you didn't care if I was busy?
Well, hell, if you're busy and
What are
Rob
you
says I'm
doing?
gonna do it
You're
without Jonathan, then
in the
why?
yard?
What's
That's
the
all
reason I
gnomes
called him?
do. You're sitting in the yard like a fucking gnome. That's all the gnomes do. It's not like you're doing anything worthwhile.
It's a garden. It's not a yard.
He's got that gnome life.
Charlie says I would, but I don't last long with Rob. Look, Charlie, you can call the show. Someone from the 803 called. Have at it. Call back. I'm sorry, I didn't have the phone.
Honestly, I would love to hear without if he could pull that dick out his mouth, save his dick out his mouth. I would love to hear what Fuckstick has to say about his thoughts on realignment.
I'll tell you what it would sound like.
Simon.
He'd probably be happy that they would go to the East. With that schedule.
All
803-470-2905.
Well, golly, we already dominated anyway. Adding 2 other pansy-ass schools ain't going to do nothing. Alabama's still going to dominate. It's a dynasty. We got Saban until he's 130 years old under contract, and he's the coach of the year every year.
There you go.
His
I just
man's
made
supposed to be coaching.
a bunch of Alabama fans' dicks hard.
And whoever you want.
Oh, Jesus. All right, 803-470-2905. You guys are welcome to call into the show.
Bring on the Buccaneers.
I don't know shit about fuck.
We'll play the Packers.
So,
oh my God.
Your dad is making you look like a fucking idiot.
Anyway.
Fuckstick said he doesn't need to call in because Dave said what he was going to say.
You're welcome.
Fuckstick's scared.
803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. You're welcome to join the show. Sorry about that. I missed the call from the 803. I did not have the phone.
The
up there.
803.
You're gonna get a South Carolina fan pissed off, dude.
I don't care. What
That's
the
a
fuck?
South
What the fuck
Carolina
are they
fan.
gonna-
Watch.
What the fuck are they
Dude.
gonna do to me? What the fuck is
I'm
the South
dead.
Carolina fan
They
gonna
won't
do
do
to me?
shit because they got no Spurs.
Dave and Andre, y'all are not in that dirty South, down in the dirty
No,
South.
I'm in a whole new Facebook group with 1.1 thousand members.
Yeah, our former employer. But dude, those people are like, they legit think South Carolina is the shit. Like,
Hey, if you're a fan of your team, a legit fan of your team, you're gonna be. It's almost impossible to be unbiased. Like, I love LSU, and I'm gonna pump LSU as hard as I can.
we just won a national title.
That didn't come out right.
To other people who aren't LSU
Gotta be
fans.
shitting me.
I've been doing it all day with all these Texas and OU fans that our former employer got to join this other group. It's just because it's fun. It's good sport. Well, I mean, hey,
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. LSU has done something. What has South Carolina done?
That's what I'm saying. What's the South
Like-
Carolina fan going to say to me? You just wait till women's basketball.
No,
You
well,
wait
that's
till
what
Bailey rolls
that's
the
what I was about to say.
basketball out.
Like,
Fuck you.
at least talk shit about women's basketball. Like, talk all the shit you want about women's basketball.
Right, They're very good at
Football.
equestrian too, gentlemen. They're very good at equestrian. Too.
Oh, okay. There you go.
National titles in equestrian. So that's-
Don't they have a national championship caliber curling team?
Mm,
People don't know what curling is, dude.
Rob,
I love curling.
I don't know what to say.
Curling's fucking awesome.
Anyway, 803-470-2905 if you'd like to join the program this evening. 803-470-2905.
Delta
we'll-
900 loves South Carolina. Look, I don't mean to offend you. I'm just wondering, like, where all this.
I don't know shit about fuck.
Right, exactly.
With that goddamn baby inside there. Stupid fucking baby.
Exactly. Fucking South Carolina fans running their shit at me. Fuck out of here. Win
You got
shit.
Delta in the comments saying that they do have Spurs on it now, Rob.
Well, if they didn't have them before, if they put them on, they had to revise that shit because we laughed at them forever.
No, they were watching this show right here, and they're like, we better go put some Spurs on.
I could show you the article where the administration said no comment about the Spurs. You want to go there? We could talk about that. They probably put them on. I mean, otherwise it's just a fucking chicken. And by the way, your mascot's a fucking chicken. I mean, let's just be real, okay? Your mascot is a fucking chicken. If we can turn your mascot into a chicken tender, you're not very real in my eyes. If my son comes down and says, I want some chicken tenders, and it could be made from the meat of your mascot,
Your mascot.
not a very good fucking mascot. Not a very good fucking mascot.
It's a fighting chicken, though, Rob. Fighting chicken.
Their mascot is called, I think it's Sir Spur. Oh, here we go.
Sir Spur.
Oh, welcome to CSF Late Nights.
Welcome to CSF Late Nights. Hello. Hello. Hello.
I think the
Yo.
McDonald's Wi-Fi dropped off.
Hello.
Speak to us.
Yes. It's your dime. Spill it. If you're hold on, maybe they're an Alabama fan. Let me give them their opening music. There we go. Speak, Alabama fan. Oh, they hung up. Anyway, if you're in the what is the 504 area code? I gotta learn the
New
area.
Orleans.
New Orleans.
That's New Orleans. All right.
That's
Well,
New
call
Orleans.
back from New Orleans. By the
Maybe
way,
Michigan.
go back and watch earlier where I chastised. Okay, let's see. Let's get this one. Let's try again. Good evening. Welcome to CSF Late Night.
Answer the phone.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the show, ma'am. How are you?
Andre, I am doing great. Andre, you wanted people to call, so I called.
Damn it, call, damn it.
I literally called 3 times.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm not a very good board op this late at night. Edwin says that damn McDonald's Wi-Fi.
That's what I was thinking.
Fucking Laplace.
No, I have Xfinity Wi-Fi, and my phone is turned on. I don't live in Alabama anymore.
So,
Mishi, what
Mishi,
do you want to talk about for the program, Mishi?
Well, I'm okay with the expansion, but it's still kind of weird that they chose Texas and Oklahoma instead of more southeastern teams. But
Oklahoma
I
and
get it.
Texas
Money
chose
is.
us.
Don't turn it up. Chloe is trying to turn it up so she can hear me.
Hi, Chloe. Hey, Chloe. Guess what? If your boyfriend comes on the show, like the gnome's daughter's boyfriend is, we'll kill him too. We don't give a shit.
She will not
We don't
have a
discriminate
boyfriend
around here.
for a very long time.
And we have some life advice for Chloe. Don't be an Alabama fan. Don't waste your life, please.
I would love to get Chloe's opinion on that.
They-
an Alabama
Chloe is
fan.
an Alabama fan.
Alabama. She's only an Alabama fan to make her mama happy. She's not an Alabama fan
Oh,
on
wait.
purpose.
No, she
I
just
bet
said
this
that
comes
she's
from being an
neutral.
Alabama fan. It's a life of trailers and methamphetamines.
No,
And
really.
McDonald's Wi-Fi.
I'm just on methamphetamine and McDonald's Wi-Fi. No, she was actually just looking at colleges, trying to get a little head start on all that.
Well, that's great. There are some fine universities around the country.
Alabama's
I mean-
not one of them.
No.
Alabama's not one of them.
It just looks pretty.
Mishi, what would you
go
think
to
if she went
Alabama,
to
we
Auburn?
can do a four
I need to
take
stop.
over. That's not going to work.
Mishi, would you be happy if she went to Auburn?
Hey, look, wherever she goes and they have the best anthropology program, I don't care. Honestly.
I mean, we all know that you're a closet LSU fan, anyways. So she could go there.
Well, if she went to Auburn, would you wear an Auburn hoodie?
Would you
No,
wear
I
one of
went
those?
to
Would you wear one of those shirts that
No.
says my daughter goes to Auburn? I'm an Auburn parent. Would you wear one of those?
Auburn
Yep.
mom.
but it would be in crimson and white.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I would make sure it had hound sleeves and crimson and white all over it.
Well,
Hey, I actually got to meet Tom Somerville when I went to the Auburn A game, like way back in the day, and he wanted to take a picture with me because I was the only Alabama fan there, and he's like, "You're at the wrong game." I'm like, "Yep, it was a free ride to a free game."
shit. All right. Well, Mishi, I'm glad to know that you like the expansion. There are plenty of great universities that your daughter can go to that are not in that shithole of Alabama. Hopefully, hopefully you'll advise her in that route.
Yeah, anywhere, shit, she wants to go to Harvard. I'm trying to tell her she don't need to go there.
Harvard's a great place to
We don't
go.
need-
Better than Alabama.
What about
The-
Hogwarts?
From wherever you are, much better than Alabama. Andre's truck driving school, better than Alabama.
No, you'll wreck.
The tuition is low and it comes with a lot lizard.
Type of thing.
Thank you, Mishi. We appreciate it, dear.
I was just calling because Andre was begging for somebody to call. So
Well, we're on Sunday night, and that throws everything off. So we're gonna get back on our Wednesday schedule, and we'll be getting some callers, especially with it being football season. So
yeah, so
All
ready for football season.
I'm ready for football season too. Yep. It's gonna be fun. All right, dear. Thank you.
I'm gonna drink some more R&R.
All right, baby. We'll see you later.
Bye, Mishi.
All right, Mishi, going to the show.
True story. My sister's in I don't know what city it's, but my nephew's at West Point right now, looking at the school because he's going to be a senior and he's looking at going to West Point. But my sister is retired Navy, but she's too damn nice to wear a fucking Navy shirt on the base because she thinks that's disrespectful.
Yeah, that is disrespectful. If she feels it's disrespectful, then that's the way that it should be. She doesn't want to go against her brothers in arms. If she feels that way, you can't mock her for that. I mean, you're talking about a service academy, man. They all come out with the American flag at the beginning of it. They get mad at any of that.
She sent me a picture. Like every dorm over there says, "Go Army, beat Navy," and she's like, "This is crap." Well, then put your fucking Navy shirt on.
I make a lot of friends like that.
I don't know if I'd want to do that, but I'd walk through any of these other fucking, like I'd walk through Alabama with a damn Clemson shirt on it. I mean, only the people with PhDs to be able to see that it says Clemson and know it's spelled Clemson. So nobody would fucking know the difference. If I wore just a white shirt with Clemson on it, they would fucking know.
I wore a lot of LSU gear this week on vacation in Alabama. I met a lot of folks. That wanted to talk to me about.
Oh, fuck that.
There was one guy actually from Alabama though that graduated from LSU. He was cool. The rest can fuck themselves.
Well, anyway, we're gonna take one more call. Fuckstick says he wants to call. He's gonna think I'm gonna hang on him. He just said I will call just a second. Like I maybe he has to go adjust his tampon or something. I don't know.
No, he's got to get to the other side of the McDonald's.
Delta 900. I agree with you. Go Army, beat Navy.
I don't really care.
Poor Air Force gets left out. No one cares.
But Air Force.
What's the joke about the Air Force? That when they build a base, they build the golf course first.
Absolutely, man. Hey, the Air Force, they're smart. They send their officers to do the fighting. Enlisted don't fight. They're very smart.
Fucking yeah. All right, hold on. Let's answer this call before we get out of here. The 205 area code. Good evening. Welcome to CSF Late Nights.
Y'all wanted me to call. I'm here.
Hello. Hold on, Fuckstick. I've got your music. Hold on, Fuckstick. You got your own music, Fuckstick. Hold on, man. There we go.
I appreciate you, Rob.
There you go. Now I'm gonna keep that, and you just say whatever the hell it is you want to say.
Fuckstick.
I'm
gonna say a few things. And you can give me the walking music like you always do.
Fuckstick. Fuckstick. Before you get started, I just want to let you know.
J-Lo.
I just want to let you know.
I'm gonna get my walking music like I always do.
No, shut up. Don't let him talk.
In this group, you are safe to be Fuckstick. Unlike that other guy's group, the one that said you can't be Fuckstick in his group, you can be Fuckstick in this group.
He told me that. He told me I couldn't be Fuckstick in his group if I joined, but that's beside the point. I'm always going to be in CSF, and I'm always going to be Fuckstick. That's just me. So, but I will say this just to piss some folks off, and this person knows who I'm talking about. Alabama. All right, look, first off, the expansion, fuck it, I don't care. Bring them in. Bring Texas, Oklahoma, Clemson. I don't give a fuck. Bama's going to beat them all, so that doesn't matter. At any rate, I'm not worried about football. I mean, we all know who the king of college football is. We all know that shit. So y'all can go on with Texas, whoever, Penn State. I don't give. Bring goddamn Southeast China into the SEC. I don't give a fuck who it is. Bama's going to beat them anyways. Any rate, on to the next subject, Alabama basketball. Y'all all hate Alabama's not a basketball school. Wait. Just fucking wait. We will win a national championship in basketball. The University of Alabama will win a national championship in basketball within 2 years. Put it in the bank. It will happen. And that's all I got to say about that.
What are we betting?
Oh, the bets are.
I'll bet a lifetime of profile pictures. Edwin, David, Jonathan, Rob, I'll Facebook, profiles, background, whatever. And there it is. And I've got my walking music.
So now I'm thinking the SEC should bring in Kansas and Duke.
It was worthwhile because I literally fell asleep and then woke up. It's like, oh, like it's been a minute. Time to play the Hulk music. Fucking does something stupid.
The SEC should bring in Kansas and Duke. That way we can stop the powerhouse that Alabama is in basketball.
Oh no! Then that become a track team.
Maybe bring North Carolina in.
Oh, fuck, goddamn, Dave, I can't deal with this shit, Dave. I can't deal with this dumb fuck
I said
back to
everything
back.
I was going to say before I said it, except for
Look, here's the last thing before we get out of here this evening. Did we not invent basketball in this fucking country?
Yes, but it was not in Alabama.
The fuck did we lose to the Frenchies?
And they were beating them. They were beating them pretty good.
Yeah.
I woke up early this morning to watch the United States play France in basketball. We lost to fucking. I swear to God, I'm gonna mute your microphone if you stay with the Coach K.
That's exactly what I was gonna fucking say.
Not exactly what it is.
Fucking know goddamn well
that has nothing to do with
shit
that.
would not have happened if Coach K was fucking coaching the fucking team. Mute me all you want.
So let's hold on just a second here because we can throw that idea into the shitter really quick. All right.
I can tell y'all exactly why USA basketball lost today after y'all finish your debate.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Dave. What do you got?
It's because they added the token white guy, Kevin Love. He fucked the entire thing up.
He's not on the team anymore.
Jalen was right.
Didn't he quit?
Did he? I don't know.
No, he's injured. They dropped him from the team. So the 2016 Olympic team. Here is the 2016 Olympic team that won the gold medal in Brazil. You had Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, Kyle Lowry, Harrison Barnes was on that team. Get the fuck out of here. DeMar DeRozan, Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins, Paul George, Draymond Green, and Carmelo Anthony. That was the 2016 team. The thing that 2016 team has that this team doesn't is
If looks could kill.
Stop Rob in his tracks.
Fucking shut up. Mute that shit now. Anyway,
Rob
the thing that this Team USA team doesn't have is a center in DeAndre Jordan, the big man in the middle there, and DeMarcus Cousins. So there's that. They brought in JaVale McGee, who is a legitimate big guy, but this year's team doesn't really they play small. And when France went big today with that fucking idiot Rudy Gobert, they had two legitimate big guys. And at one point, they had fucking Drew Holiday in the middle trying to practice with this damn big fucking Frenchman in the middle. It's fucking, are you out of your mind? They don't have enough bodies. That's what it boils down to. And if they play France again, France might whip that ass again. So, pretty sad.
They didn't really whoop their ass. USA was whooping their ass until the last fucking 3-4 minutes.
Frenchies went 1 for 11 from 3-point range in the first half. If they would have shot 40% like they normally do, they win that game by 15 points today.
Wow.
So, trust me, the French can whip our ass. We need to be real with what we are. We don't need to be like Alabama fans and think we're the best fucking thing since sliced bread.
Oh,
right now, we are not.
Oh no, we're doomed.
Kick the shit out of us if you watch that game. I mean, it was Kevin Durant is literally supposed to be the best player on the planet. He had 10 fucking points.
France isn't even the best team. We're doomed.
We may still win the gold medal, but Jesus
I doubt it.
Christ.
I doubt it.
We play Iran next. God damn.
Well,
we better beat Iran. Iran's terrible.
God beat Iran.
God, we can't fucking lose to Iran. Then we play the Czech Republic after that. That's our final game in group play. Fuck me in the face. I was legit angry today. I'm like walking. I went to Kroger afterwards to get stuff for breakfast, and I'm literally walking around like, what the fuck are we doing with our lives? We can't fucking beat the Frenchies.
Honestly, I was much more disappointed that the U.S. women lost to Sweden than I was that the basketball team lost to fucking France. 3-0. 3-0.
And they went today.
Shit about
Yeah,
that.
6-1. They came back, whooped that ass.
I'm so annoyed with U.S. women's soccer. I couldn't give a shit.
I agree with you there, Dave. In fact, I messaged some people yesterday that if the U.S. women lose the rest of their fucking games, I don't give a fuck. But we don't want to get political.
But yeah, I mean, we didn't invent soccer.
Their
Rob,
whole
right, we invented basketball.
pay is complete horseshit, and I'm just tired of hearing it.
I'm not even going to get into that. I just want Team USA basketball to get out there and fucking Kevin Durant hit some fucking shots. God damn, hit some shots, Kevin Durant.
He needs to be the alpha dog. He needs to be the alpha dog, and he doesn't.
Yeah, but he can't. I mean, he's a fucking Ken doll, man. He's a fucking smooth surface. He pulls his drawers off.
Agreed.
He ain't got no bulldog in him. He ain't got no Charles Barkley in him. Charles Barkley fucking went out in the first game with the Dream Team against Angola. They were up by 50, literally, and some Angola guy hit him walking up the court like he just bumped him, like, you know, not even fucking hardcore bumped him. Barkley went up the next play with a dunk and then elbowed the guy and told him, fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck your country. We'll bomb your country. Fuck you. We'll parking lot your country. It doesn't matter. He had that whole lineup said to him, and the U.S. was up by 50. We don't have anybody like that anymore. We've got a bunch of bitches playing basketball for us right now.
Well,
You're right.
I mean,
We have LeBron out there, Rob. LeBron's not out there leading our team.
LeBron's on his period. He can't play during the Olympics.
LeBron James is busy playing with Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Has anybody seen that movie yet? It's on.
No, I heard it's horrible.
I am
my
not
wife-
watching.
My wife and Chipper watched it last night. They thought it was good. I didn't watch it.
They didn't watch the original then.
Yeah, I had Space Jam when I was a kid, or when I was younger, and we can watch Space Jam the original, even though it has R. Kelly doing the whole bit in the damn cornfield, and he was out pissing on 14-year-olds for sex things.
I don't know why I checked this earlier, but for whatever reason, I was thinking, oh, Shaquille O'Neal, because he's on like every other fucking commercial on TV. I want to know about players' net worth. By the way, Shaquille O'Neal is worth $600 million. Fucking Michael Jordan is worth $2.2 billion.
And they're comparing LeBron making that money to Michael Jordan. Like, really?
LeBron is worth $600 million. By the way, he's on that list. $2.2 billion.
No, I heard he made $1 billion just from his money he made playing, though. He just made it a couple of days ago.
Fuck him.
Fuck LeBron James.
Fuck LeBron James. Is that one thing? Is that one thing we can all agree on? Fuck LeBron James.
Can we talk about the Cleveland Guardians? This will be the last thing before we leave the program.
The Cleveland Guardians. Jesus Christ!
What a fucking shithole name that is. And they had Tom Hanks do the Twitter video.
What's better than watching a football team, though?
Did you watch the video with Tom Hanks where he does the narration? And it's like they had like I call it a sizzle reel. It's all the cool shots around Cleveland. You know, you come in, you see the river, and it's like, let me see if I can do my best impression. We are a city that is made of steel and fire. And then they show like some of the steel mills and shit like that. And it's like, and we've been here forever through good and bad. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why in the fuck is Tom Hanks the guy that's doing this? I mean, is Tom Hanks from fucking Cleveland? If he is, then great. You know, whatever. Rep your home state. I'm fine with all that. But if you're going to pay somebody to do it, first of all, The only person that you should ever pay to do your voiceover work to
Rob Sanders. You should pay Rob Sanders.
It's fucking Morgan Freeman. If you're gonna pony up some money,
No, man, Wild Thing, man,
Freeman
Wild
to do it.
Thing.
Well,
No, he's
Rob
from Concord,
Sanders-
California, by the way.
I mean, Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones.
One of those two. But
Yeah.
no, let's go get Tom Hanks. Let's let Forrest Gump fucking do our goddamn voiceover work. Fuck out of here. But they call themselves we are one team. We are the Cleveland Guardians.
Look, Rob, I know where this is fucking gone, and I want to say this. The Braves. Okay, you're honoring the best of a tribe when you say the Braves, because that's what those people were. They were the warriors, the top warriors of a tribe. Now, if the Braves go and do some dumb shit like that, I swear to fucking God.
Well,
Oh, they will.
the rumor is that they're going to call the Braves. The Braves are going to call themselves the Stripers, as in fish. I've been a Braves fan back to the point where I can remember watching the horrible teams that won 50 games in the fucking 80s.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, I will give up my Braves fandom. I will take all of my Braves shit and I'll put it in my fucking fire pit out back and I will burn it. If you tell me that you're going to change the name to the Stripers or the Striped Bass or what the fuck ever, no.
At least
Absolutely.
make it cool like the
Atlanta
Sharks or
baseball
something.
What's that?
Make it cool like the Sharks.
The Atlanta baseball team.
Yeah, like Washington.
I could even deal with the Atlanta baseball team, but to tell me that you're going to we're going to go from the Braves to the Striped Bass.
The Atlanta Colas.
Out of your motherfucking mind.
No, man, the Atlanta votes.
The what?
Go piss everybody off.
The Atlanta
I will
Votes.
end the show with that. Good night. I can't click in broadcast.